What's up with the what's up, people? You already know what it is. It's your boy Angry Ted. As promised, we back on a Friday night. A little bit late, 20 minutes late, but better late than never. Here we go. What should we talk about tonight? We're getting into the sports as we know it. Tonight, Chase Utley's being honored. Most of you probably can hear it in the background because I'm definitely watching it. Being honored, put into the Wall of Fame. Congratulations, Chase. Did his thing, man. Another hard-nosed athlete, man. Played the game the right way, did what he needed to do, and now he's getting the credit he deserves. And here is another example. Citizens Bank is sold out. You could probably hear the cheers through the screen and through the video. But yeah, that's how we celebrate Philadelphia athletes, man. They get their just due when they do what they need to do. So again, shout out and congratulations to Chase. But while we on the Phillies, man, we got to get into the team, man. Big 3-game, 3-1 series win over the Nationals this past weekend. This past week rather. Again, Luisa. What can you say, man? We crushed John Middleton all year long for doing the shit he didn't need, doing unnecessary shit, and then also not doing shit when we needed him to do shit. But we got to give him his props, man. We got to give him his just due, because at the end of the day, he made a big move, and that move right there could be the catalyst to big things coming down the line, especially in October. When you got a guy like that who's a contact hitter. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't. There's no denying that this brother, you know what I mean? He can hit the ball all over. They call him the sprinkler because he sprinkles the ball everywhere on the field. He can go center field, he can go left field, he can go right field, he can go with it in the gap, as they say. He can hit an occasional home run. He's good on the base paths. He's speedy. Like, this player right here might be even bigger than Harrison Bader's pickup last year, which we saw what that did for us until he got hurt. But again, like I said, the Phillies, they sucking me back in again. This is what they do, man. And again, like, I never really leave the teams, but my interest wanes when you bullshit. And right now, they seem to be getting their head out of their ass and getting in the gear, so to speak. The lineup is going to be pretty much the same lineup tonight, which is a great thing. We need that. You know what I mean? I like to see Crawford in the lineup as much as possible. And again, he had a great night last night with hitting the ball. And as long as he's hitting the ball, his speed on the base pad is a need. We need a guy who can get on the base pads and cause havoc and distract these pitchers. And make them throw some slop up there so we can probably get one out of there, especially with the kind of hitters we got. I mean, even with Arias, we still got a lot of strikeout hitters in the lineup. So Luis Arias is just another piece, but you add to that piece by putting him around players that can also help enhance what he does best, like a Bryson Stott who's hitting 8th. And then you come back with Crawford, who's hitting 9th. So now you have two guys at the bottom of the lineup that can flip the lineup and get you back to the leadoff spot, which is Schwarber and Turner, and then Harper, and then you get a rise again at the cleanup spot, which people had some reservations. Me being one of them, and I stand corrected again. Like I said, I'm one of these guys. This is the show that we don't try to bullshit you. We don't try to. Yeah, we have our opinions, and some of them may be stronger than others. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. If I'm wrong, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say I'm wrong, and then I'm going to go forward. That's how I do things on the Angry Ted Show. And again, before I get into why I think Luis Arias and his effect on the rest of the members of the lineup in depth, I must tell you that the Angry Ted Show is on YouTube. You can like, share, and subscribe at Talking Through Experience 4247. Again, the Angry Ted Show is on YouTube live right now, and you can also go back if you can't catch us live and view the shows, view other shows. Also, you can catch us on Twitch live as well. Also on my Facebook page, Angry Ted Johnson. Get your emails in. I received a few emails, and I'm going to be, like I said, going to be throwing those out. And if I didn't get your email, please throw your email in. If you want to come on here and talk sports with Angry Ted, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be in person to talk sports. We'll reach out to you. You know what I mean? And let you get your shit off, and we can, talk sports together. Disagree or agree, we're going to have some fun with it. But again, back to the Arise situation and how I think he affects the lineup. Like I said, you have him in the middle of that order. And I did have reservations against it with him batting fourth. But now I'm seeing the whole picture. And again, like I said, I stand corrected to those people that WIP was one of them. Jack Frisk, like I came here, I roast these guys, so I'm going to give them their props. He, for one, had suggestion that even though he was against the trade, he did have a suggestion that Luisa should hit at the cleanup spot. And I understood why last night. Because not only does he's a contact hitter, which is for one, which if you have men on base, you need that in the lineup, which means either he can sacrifice a man over if we got second and third, or he can move the runners up, which is the same thing. He can move the runners at any point, whether it's getting a base hit, a double, a single, or triple, or getting a sacrifice. Because he's a contact hitter, he's more than likely to put the ball in play than strike out. So at the fourth spot, I can see that, and I understand that definitely is an advantageous move. I would definitely like to see that specific lineup going forward, and hopefully into the playoffs as we make this run and this journey. And hopefully the Braves can start losing some games, because they're a tough team. As they are every year, the Braves, it seems like they just get better and better. They lose players, they gain players, and they just continue to stay on that course. They've been one of those teams like that since the 90s, too, when they had the David Justices and the Ryan Gants and Deion Sanders and the pitching Tom Glavins and John Schmaltz, who this is why I love the versatility about baseball players. They could do anything, man. They could play any position on the field. Because at one point, John Schmaltz was a starting pitcher, and then he became a dominant closer. So he was dominant as a starter and then dominant as a closer. So it's just amazing how baseball players can, do what they do. They can just, 1 minute you can be striking out people, and the next minute, you can be playing in the field. Like my man, the gambling boy who got away with it. I like to say, because he told the Major League Baseball commissioner that it was his interpreter and it wasn't him. You guys know him. Drop his name in the comments section. He played for the Dodgers, but he plays both ways. He plays pitcher, and he also he's also able to put at bats together. So he's able to start a game as a pitcher and still at bat, which is something we used to do back in the day, before they implemented the DH system in the National League. That was something we used to do back in the day. We always played American League rules in street baseball and any type of recreational baseball. The pitcher never hit, except for organized baseball, which was high school and things of that sort. But again, like I said, it's right now the Phillies are looking really, really good, and they're looking to pretty much solidify their position as we come down the stretch. These are the big days in August, man. As you start to get into the middle of August, late August, it's time to really solidify your position. Whether you're going to be a number 2 or number 1 wild card team coming in, which I prefer. I prefer the Phillies to be one of those, so they can come in playing well, playing good baseball, and continue that momentum, as opposed to getting that break as the number 1 baseball team in the National League. Let the Dodgers and the Braves deal with that. So maybe that rest could throw them off, and then we could steal a game or two and possibly win a series and get to where we're trying to all see us go. But again, I must touch on something, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I put a couple, and I do this, I put a couple shorts on YouTube, and, to gain the show's interest and to get you interested, and hopefully to get you to tune into one of my shows, which is usually 20 to 30 minutes long. But again, I said something the other day, which people saw one of the shorts and they went crazy over, because they didn't understand or didn't get a chance to, which it was supposed to do what it did. It's supposed to pique your interest and get you to talking or get you to responding, which I appreciate all the responses, negative, positively, which none of them are negative. They're just your opinions, just like I had one. But I appreciate the responses, and keep them coming. Keep them coming. I'm not impervious, nor am I afraid of any criticism, critiques. Whether you want to tell me I'm wrong, you want to call me an asshole when you say it, I'm wrong. Because, like I said, we can dish it, but we can also take it here. This is the Angry Test Show. We deal with realism, not fakeism. But again, like I said some comments about the league and some members of the league, some coaches in the league. I should have specified that, so then maybe that would have came across a little better. But I came across like I came across, and I depend on people's intelligence level to kind of like interpret or understand where I'm getting at and what I'm saying. So again, I say this to say that I said some things where I said the NFL, or some people in the NFL, coaches included, definitely media members, some of them are here in Philadelphia, are looking for the great white hope in the quarterback. And in that, it kind of sways their biasness when they're criticizing or critiquing the black quarterback, in particular my quarterback, which I can only speak about my quarterback. I can also speak about others because I follow these other quarterbacks in the league, white, black, or indifferent, doesn't matter. But I wasn't making a point of racism. I was just making a point that I was making a point of there's racism still prevalent in the sports world and in the league, and they just do it a slick way. That's what I was trying to say. They use criticism to not basically criticize, but to basically down, to basically put other players over. Like I said, there's no way you can rate a Justin Herbert higher than a Jalen Hurts, based on statistics, based on accomplishments and achievements, and based on what I told you the other day, which was the all-time winningest quarterback in these last 10 years, according to the NFL. That's not me, that's the NFL, which put that up. That's in fine print, you can go research it. But again, I was saying that because of this wanting so bad, like they used to want the great white heavyweight champion, and because of that, they stuck people like Jerry Cooney in the ring with a great like Larry Holmes, so he could be beaten like a fucking pinata. Michelin-recognized dining and ancient mangrove adventures. And again, y'all had to wait till the Klitschko's came along, and they were great heavyweights, and they dominated. And was I a Klitschko fan? Yes. Simply low prices. Thousands. Like the way they boxed. It doesn't matter. They did what they did. But again, I brought that into equation because all I hear and I've heard since this guy's been quarterback, and this is a lot of media members. We came here for her second relapse. How can you put Herbert? Coming here was literally what's the other cat that just got in the league? Just got Burrow, Justin Burrow, who has the same amount of talented receivers, if not better, each year with the T. Higgins and a Jamar Chase, an adequate running back, and Jalen Hurts just got Saquon for 2 years, and has not produced the Bengals nary a championship game, haven't even sniffed it. Been to one Super Bowl which they lost, and hasn't returned with that talent at receiver. And yet we still have him ranked over Jalen Hurts. Not based on what the eye test tell us, but based on what they want. And that's my point. So for those who got butthurt and your ass started hurting, get you some Neosporin, rub it all in, and get your panties out of bunch, and calm the fuck down. Again, it wasn't to get you uproar, but if it did and made you comment, I appreciate it. The more comments, the more likes, the more shares, the more followers. I love it. Because I do this for the people. We all got a voice. Some scared to voice theirs. I'm not. So I'll be the voice for the voiceless. But again, and segueing off of that and right into something else that I thought was super cool yesterday. And for those of you who didn't get the chance to see it, I encourage you, especially Sixers fans, encourage you to see what type of guy we're getting on the team. How can you not pull for this type of dude? I mean, even though when he was in Boston, let me not be hypocritical. When he was a Celtic, it was fuck him. Fuck him up against the wall with handcuffs on. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest. But that was as a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? I never really followed him off the court, except for the times he was attacked in the media, which I really kind of like went on his side, was on his side, Celtic or not. You know what I mean? Because the brother was right about the media. They full of shit. They bullshit. They clickbait. But again, what he did yesterday showed us that this dude is really serious about ingratiating himself in the community. And that's one thing you could do, man, that the city will never forget, especially the hood. When he had his press conference and pretty much got the Sixers organization to go outside the box, even though Camden's not much better, but it's still Camden downtown. And believe me, that area is well kept up where the Sixers training camp is. I've been there a couple times. But to hold your press conference in Southwest Philadelphia, and let's be honest, Philadelphia, we know. I'm surprised there wasn't no gunshots outside that motherfucker. But again, not to be negative, be more positive on a positive tip. But again, to hold this press conference down in that hood, to give those youngins the opportunity to meet a professional NBA player, more or less Jalen Brown, who was just in the All-Star running last year, is one of the most recognizable players in the NBA, aside from being one of the most recognizable Celtic. And now he's a Sixer. But to do that, it was sort of like an introduction that was perfect. It was perfect because you went into the hood and showed love and got a spotlight on a rec center, which it looked good, by the way. Shout outs to the city of Philadelphia. Hopefully they doing all of them like that, man. The more recs, the more kids in sports, the more crime is off the street, the more they have something to do. The more they exerting all that energy they got in the gyms like we used to. Playing basketball in the summertime till 6, 7 in the morning sometimes. Got me so excited I'm knocking shit over when I said that. Like, take me back. Take me back to the old days where we used to be able to play outside till 4 in the morning on Duckley basketball courts. If you know, you know. Shout outs to Duck. And shout outs to everybody that played on them courts. All those games, man. All those games that inspired us. But yeah, Jalen Brown, man, that was a cool move, bruh. That was fly as shit, man. And I got a feeling it's only going to get better and better. Because the attachment you're going to have with this fan base once you get down to that stadium. And if you haven't, man, I encourage you to ask Allen Iverson, bro. Ask him what that building's like when it's rocking and rolling. Look at YouTube clips. You got your own podcast, man. Ask the chat. Direct you to the YouTube clips. And let you see what that building was like when the AI era was here. That building was on fire. You thought it was deafening when we played y'all in the playoffs. Imagine that times decibel 10 times 10. Where you literally be screaming to talk to somebody next to you. Because the fans were so loud in that building. But yeah, smooth move by Jalen Brown, man. Shout outs to him. Salute to him, bruh. Yes, sir. Real talk. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. But also there's a picture circulating with LeBron and Embiid and Maxey and Jalen. A funny picture, too. They got Embiid wrapped in bubble wrap, which I thought was pretty funny as shit. But see, that's the type of shit we love, man. The camaraderie that's being brought here. When have we ever seen an offseason like this where the Sixers is no drama? We're not talking about Embiid's coming back from an injury. Yeah, we still going to always say, well, can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? But we're not talking about him coming back from a major surgery or rehab. We're talking about the big moves they made and how can this team gel. And from what we're seeing, they're doing all the necessary things to get the off-the-court chemistry, which is more important than the on-the-court. The on-the-court are coming. They're basketball players. They're going to do basketball things. But when it's a difference. And those people that are athletes, and back in the day, I was athletic. But, you know, I don't toot my own horn. I was athletic, and I knew the athletic lingo. I could speak the language. So when I say this, I say this wholeheartedly. Those that were athletes or had a chance to play professionally or non-professionally or organized, whether you just play organized in any league, pro league, non-pro league, amateur league, 40 and up, 60 and up, whatever, you understand that even in a pickup game, if you conversate with a dude off the court and y'all having good conversation and he playing ball, chances are you're going to pick him to be on your team because y'all done share some thoughts about the game and what's going on. And you done picked his brain. And now y'all got a chemistry just like that. to play a pickup game. So imagine with professionals with nothing but time on their hands to work out, enjoy family, and chill, and then gain camaraderie with your teammates. So imagine professionals being able to do that, man, and get on the same page. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And I'm also looking forward to, and I haven't talked about them in a while, Flyers. I'm really looking forward to this season coming up, man. They had a big season last year. They signed a few guys back. They went for a big fish, but didn't work out, which probably was with Leo Carlson, which is probably like a kind of like a which is silver lining. You know, we forced Anaheim to fuck their cap up, which could lead to later business down the line where they have to cut some players we might like on that team, and we could pick them up right off the free agent market. But it also did us another favor, in which not getting them, we were able to sign the guys that contributed last year. And going forward, I think gonna have big seasons like a Trevor Zegras, like a Jamie Drysdale, who's coming into his own, starting to really come into his own. Ironically, these guys from Anaheim. Ironically. So yeah, and Pat Verbeek, I know they getting him, they roasting him out there in Anaheim because he's in a shitty situation where he had to sign Carlson and fuck the cap up, or not sign him and lose one of your best players. So, hey man, kudos to Danny Briere, smart GM, and I don't know what it is about Philadelphia right now, but we got, dare I say, 4 GMs. 4 solid GMs, and I know Middleton has done some goofy shit, but he seemed to be trying to redeem himself with the pickup of Luis Arise. I mean, Danny's getting busy. Call it the Howie Roseman effect. Howie been getting busy. Danny getting busy. Middleton trying to work his way back. And we already know what Mike Gansey, what he did. Something about those dudes with the slick back hair. Like some Pat Riley type shit. But again, like I said, Fly guys, really on the come up. Really on the come up. I love what they're doing. I love what they're doing, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait. And to the point where I'm gonna make me a trek over there to Voorhees, man, down to the old training center and check some of that out and see what I might stand out like a sore thumb, but I don't give a shit. So be it. I love hockey. I've been loving it since 1983, since I first met Bobby Clark. For those that have been listening to me for a while, you know the story, so I don't need to rehash it. But again, sports is sports, man, and it's a part of my DNA and a part of my life and everyday living. But what can I say, man? It excites us all in some way, shape, or form. You see what it does for the city of Philadelphia. It brings us all together. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, again, get your emails in. For those emails that I already got, I will be reaching out so you can join the show. I know the times might not be suitable for you to join, so I'll make sure I'll let you know ahead of time, and I'll be reaching out so you can join the show and come talk this shit and give your viewpoint and your opinion of some of the topics I'll be bringing up. Some you may disagree with, some you may not, but it don't matter. We're not opposed. Like I said, we're for the people, by the people, and we're going to continue doing this like we do it. So with that being said, enjoy your Friday night. Be safe out in these streets. Don't let nobody trick you out your spot. And as always, I say when I end this show, love on somebody that loves on you. Holla at your boy. Peace.
Sanchez will be followed by George Springer.